a survey is really important as a Black person, as a mad person, as a disabled person. We don't often have our stories counted and collected and told. And I know the importance of making sure that our stories are part of a larger conversation about health and justice and equity in this territory.
The survey is important because it's a really expansive way of collecting our experiences as people with multiple identities. I think everyone who identifies as disabled, deaf, mad, trans, non-binary, gender non-conforming should take the survey, even if these aren't identities that are political identities for you, even if you don't have political community, that you would say, like, I am part of disability community or disability movements. Your experience also matters and needs to be reflected. I think in particular, BIPOC folks, Black, Indigenous, people of color, it's important for us to be represented in the survey. Being out about our identities as disabled, deaf, or mad is something that isn't easy and isn't safe. Participating in this survey gives us the opportunity to share our experiences in ways that are confidential and that really bring light to what we actually need.
Why I think this survey is important is that this is a chance for us to get that bulk wisdom again, directly from queer, trans, and non-binary disabled people. And I think that we need it. Like, our livelihood depends on it, and most importantly, disabled people's livelihood depends on it.
When you are offering your story up for a bigger collective vision, I think a lot more is possible. And especially when that is being done with folks who are trusted, you know what I mean? With folks who are going to hold those stories with the care, sacredness, and tenderness that it deserves. And it's not kind of replicating these dynamics around research where it's rooted in extraction and kind of playing up some one-dimensional sob story that's not real. How do we get at the complex material of our lives, and how do we do that collectively?
Anyone who identifies as a trans and disabled and a crip or deaf, anyone whose lives are deeply shaped by ableism or Satanism, autism, healthism, and transphobia, anyone who feels not fitting into the box of able-bodied or able-mindedness, or the people who feel like not fitting into this two-gender setup, this gender binary. Anyone who feel like it touches you or your life, you should take the survey.
All disabled trans people should take the survey. I think we're looking at those terms with a pretty wide umbrella of what that means. So even if either of those terms are ones where you're like, I'm not sure if that fits who I am, there's actually pretty good tools in, jumping into the survey and kind of seeing if it's a fit or not. I'm really excited to hear from Black, Indigenous, people of color, other trans Asian folks like myself. Yeah, and just make sure we really have a representative experience of what being trans and disabled means.